I have been raw dogging life for a while now, and I must tell you, yeah, life can fuck you, but hey, are you willing to fuck it back? Anyways, how you doing?
BigMa, BigMa, BigMa.
Welcome to the BigMa experience.
So I've been pretty open about my journey into sobriety, whatever it is called. And those who know me from the past, Big Ma used to be, the party girl. And I'm not talking just turning out parties. No, I'm talking like when it comes to drinking, blowing trees, you could find me there. But along the journey of me healing and getting to understand why certain things or behaviors made me the way I was, and I was hindering me from being a better version of me, I realized that I started dropping these habits on their own, unconsciously, not because someone said, not because someone's prayer worked, no, but because I stopped needing them. And that's why I want to share on today's episode of BigMa Life-ing that I've been lifing sober for, well, with alcohol, I've been sober from alcohol for over a year now. And with blowing trees, it's been 6 months plus. And we're going to get into the things that I've noticed, since I quit and I've been with myself, raw dogging life. Yeah. So, one of the first things I noticed is I sleep better. Now, a lot of people will tell you that when you blow trees, it helps you sleep, yada, yada, yada. For me, at some point, I started to realize that am I really sleeping or is my body just shutting down from so much exhaustion because I'm not willing to deal with certain inner turmoils? Because let me tell you, since I've been sober, I did sleep well. I'm talking, I can achieve REM sleep. I remember my dreams very well, like vividly now. In fact, I remember them so good that I even start getting messages for myself, sometimes for other people through my dreams. My dreams make so much sense. Sometimes they're like pieces of the puzzles I keep trying to solve in real life. And when I wake up, I'm like, it makes sense. And because I love to journal, I also dream journal because it helps me as a person growing to be able to understand myself better. The fact that I'm not sleeping in this foggy mind, it's not like I don't know when I'm going to sleep. In fact, I've gotten to the point now where I've set a schedule for my sleep. I go to bed at a particular time every night, and I make sure that there are things I do before that time of night so that I'm in bed. Yes. Hey, God, I'm so disciplined. It's crazy. When I was not sober, I was not disciplined. Yeah, I was hardworking. Yes, I was somewhat structured and all, but I was not disciplined. But sober me is so disciplined. I love it for her. Like tea, let me tell you, I'll be sleeping so good. Mm. And then I also take naps in the afternoon. Like not the kind of naps that you would take when you're high off greens and then you wake up and you have this headache like you're dehydrated. No, 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 no. I dey sleep for afternoon. If I tell myself I want to sleep for an hour, I sleep. 20 minutes, I sleep. Sometimes 15 minutes and I feel refreshed. I'm good to go. That is one of the things I've noticed that, chef's kiss. Love it. Another thing I've noticed is I eat more intentionally now. See, when I used to be, using, let's call it what it is, when I was not sober, every time I would either drink or, blow trees, it's, especially when you blow trees, is anything available. Anything that is within closest reach is what I would eat. And I wouldn't care about the nutritional value. I wouldn't care about what harm it's doing to my body. Mine is just munch, munch, munch. They call it the munchies for a reason. You just be munching anything. I was that way for the longest. It was so bad. That's why my weight always fluctuated. Sometimes I won't even eat. It will be that bad that I'll just be blowing trees, blowing trees, blowing trees, no food. Then at night, I will not kind of maybe eat something as weird as eba and beans. I still like my eba and beans though, because, actually, no, it's fufu and beans I like. I digress. I digress. I used to eat just about anything. But ever since I became sober, I cook more. I eat more vegetables, more greens, more fruits. That one shocked me past because growing up I hated fruits. Up until 2 years ago, I hated fruits. There's nothing you can tell me. I will tell you I hate fruits. I can't stand the taste. But now me now go market, go buy fruits combination, sit down and they chop on like say snacks. Yeah, I've become that person. I do more of organic everything. I like to cook what I eat. In fact, ever since I moved to Ibadan, there's only one eatery I have actually eaten at, and it's not all the time. It's just like maybe once every 3 months, and that's item seven go because they are jollof. This is not an ad, but they are jollof. It's giving party jollof any day. I have not tried any of their eateries, restaurants, nada, because I am more conscious about what I'm putting into me. I'm not saying that these foods aren't good, but I've been that person that could eat anywhere because I had the munchies, and I know how badly it affected my tummy, my health, and all of that, even my skin. So I started to start being more intentional about what I'm putting into my body. I make my own zobo in the house. I make my own lemonade in the house. I love, making. Now that I'm not doing edibles anymore or making edibles, I genuinely enjoy baking. Like I made cookies last night. Ooh, they're beautiful. I love making my own shit. You get like just for the fact that I know what is going into it and it's safer for me. This is a me choice. I'm not saying oh everybody should do it. This is a me. Remember, it's BigMa Life-ing. Okay, so if something I say here resonates with you, oh well and good. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just talking. Huh? Mhm. Now, this one thing that I noticed. This is where the PG-18 comes in. My sex drive. So when I used to blow trees and I get horny, you know, I want to either it's self-love time or find somebody. We all know I'm celibate now. So when I was, using, I love using that term. When I was using and I get like horny, I would be frustrated when I cannot relieve that feeling because it's like I have all this feeling. I just want to pound it out, but I'm also celibate and I just don't want nobody to touch me. So it used to be like a clash of everything. I'll be so frustrated that I'll just have to go take a cold shower and then sleep. You would think I'd rub burn out, but no, I just sleep because I'm like, fuck this. Nah, I can't tell. But ever since I got sober, which is weird that because I hardly feel those feelings as often as I used to. But when I do get those feelings, I channel them into my creativity. I don't think, oh, I want to get down. No, I'm thinking, oh, how can I use this to benefit me? And when I tell you, see, they don't tell you that the sacral energy, especially as a creative person, is one of the things you should tap into. That is why maybe if you notice you're having sex with certain people, your creativity kind of gets stunted. It's not as great as it used to because you're giving away all that energy you should be using for yourself. And also, there's the old method I will one day talk about. Those who know, the old method to use to manifest. That's, on some self love issue, but it is what it is. My sex drive is not like I still don't feel shit, but the difference now is I channel it, I alchemize it, I use it for myself, for my creativity. And when I tell you, mm, I'm tapping into some, divine. Ugh, I don't want to go into it because, as you can tell, I'm getting excited. But yeah, it really does help when you're sober. You start to enjoy more parts of you more than giving it out to other people. That energy. Mm, mm, mm. And speaking of energy, whew, ever since I stopped blowing trees, I stopped drinking, I have so much more energy to do so much more for myself. So much more energy. I'm not just lackadaisical. I'm not just, laying about and kind of like drowsy and no, no, no. I'm active like mad. I started doing things that would shock me. There was a period when I went back to doing cardio just because, not because I was trying to lose weight. I just had so much energy I needed to expend. I needed somewhere to put it. So I started doing 30 minutes cardio every day. I'm like, this energy has to go somewhere. Then I started doing walks late at night after eating. Anytime I feel too much energy, I pour it back into like, finding healthier ways to expend it. Because I've never been one of those people, oh, I'm a gym rat. No, no, no. I like to exercise when I feel like it. I like to, go on walks. I like to take care of myself. I'm not one of those people trying to, form a summer body. This is already the body. This is summer. We meet it like this. It is what it is. Okay, we're not overdoing. I'm 40 now. We gotta take things easier. Yes, everybody say do what makes you happy. This is what me I'm doing that makes me happy. So don't come to my comment section talking about oh you need to fuck you and that man. Yes. Okay, calm down. Now, this one thing that I noticed is one that actually gives me joy that I became sober because when I used to, blow trees and what have you when I was high, I would have so much muddled up thoughts. Like it's like you open like 20 tabs and music is playing from somewhere and you have no clue where that music is coming from and what have you. And it used to be something that messed with me so much. But now my thinking is clear AF. Like when I tell you that I can literally arrange those tabs and also close the ones I don't need when I need to and leave the ones I need open. Like before, when I'm like high and I go to sleep, I'm still talking. My brain is still like it does not shut the fuck up. It's like my body has shut down, yes, but whatever is going on here doesn't stop. But now when I sleep, I sleep. Like I did sleep. No more model thinking, no more, not being able to pick. I don't know who lied to us that when you are high or when you blow trees, it allows you to concentrate and to think well. That person did a good job. Oh. Because me myself, I believed it for a while. Oh, it helps your creativity. It's kinika kinika. Fa 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 fa. Foul. I was underplaying myself when I was always, high. I wasn't hitting, some amazing points I could have hit in my life because I was high. What are you talking about? That shit stops you. It literally limits you. Ugh. Like, I'm so glad. Like, honestly, I'm so proud of myself for not having to be coerced to give up these things because they are recreational, and it's not like I'm using it to treat anything. You get so, and I wasn't microdosing, I was full on dosing. I was at a dose. So it's not to say that there's anything wrong in microdosing if it's helping you with your anxiety and whatnot, but when you're abusing it like the way I did, yeah, no, I am so grateful for that. And finally, one thing that I am so grateful for that I noticed is that my relationship with God, with the divine, is so much clearer and closer and more beautiful now. Because what they do not tell you, and this is something I also learned on my own journey too, is that especially when it comes to blowing trees, when you get high, you are actually leaving certain gates open for wandering entities to walk through. A lot of people, when you tell them or you try to like warn them about it, they're like, "Nah, I know myself. I know how to take care of myself. I got this. No problem." But at least acknowledge the fact that when you do abuse what you use, you are opening the gates for entities that are just roaming, dark entities, just roaming and looking for where to, make a home. And sometimes it also leads you to be around people who already have attachments on them. And then because your gates are your boundaries, your spiritual boundaries are lowered, you then have give them way to have access to you. And when I look back at my life at the times and the people I used to blow trees with and hang with and what have you, I realized, oh, that is so true. I was surrounded by people that this me can't stand because I noticed that they were all, it's like the blind leading the blind, basically. Everybody think, oh yeah, hi, yeah, this, And I remember when I started to sober up first because I'll take like weeks breaks, stuff like that to finally, and I'll be around 30 people that I used to blow trees with, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, yikes, I could see them, like see them, and I'm like, oh, ew. When you're high, you don't see because all of you are seeing the same thing. But when you are, finally by yourself and you're getting to learn yourself, you start to realize, yeah, this person is not good for me. That person isn't good for me. That decision isn't a good one I made, stuff like that. But in that false, confidence level where you are, when you're high, that makes you feel like you're all that, you don't see it. And that's one thing I'm grateful for because now any thoughts I have are my thoughts. It's not anyone interrupting my thinking. It's not anyone trying to get into my head. It's all me. And I'm listening more to the Holy Spirit, to my spirit guides, to God, source. I get more information. And that's like my favorite thing. I don't doubt my own intuition anymore. I'm not second guessing, things I'm doing or choices I'm making. I just know what I need to do when I need to do it. And I'm not saying that, oh, it brings perfection and what have you. No, it just makes you more settled and peaceful in whatever decisions you make. You know that you're not making it out of a place of fear or doubt or anything. It's more of a place of love, of understanding, of peace. And that is one of the best things about raw dogging life when you do it with the divine. So this has been Big Man Life-ing, and thank you for keeping up with me and my life and the things that I have, realized since, it's the Big Man experience and we're experiencing things together. So, and also, if you're in Ibadan, I am hosting an event this month. I'll talk more about it in the next one. But until then, keep glowing, keep flowing, and keep loving you. I love you, but God loves you more.